Hey, good morning from the office. I'm your host, BKP, and we're North Georgia's only live online morning show. Want to jump right out, thank Rick and Bruce for handling the show yesterday. Did not get to see it, guys. I am sorry. I was out doing something that I I don't know. Well, how many years it's been since I've had this opportunity, and I went out and did something I told you I don't do. Wow, we'll get into that in just a minute. But again, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, 8:01. Now they have election hysteria. They're hysterical. It's a day of jubilation for the Democrats. They are so excited. Now, wait a minute. Not just the Democrats. It's a day of excitement for the hashtag deep state corporate corrupt media. Now, we're going to put some things into perspective this morning. Let's not get all excited for the Democrats. Now, the media loves the fact that your president, Donald J. Trump, went down to Kentucky, was it Monday night, and said, vote for these guys, vote for these candidates, vote for Matt Bevin for governor. And Bevin, it looks although he's losing. Okay. Now, what I want to do this morning is I want to put all elections in perspective because I was able to be a part of something, although how small it is. I was able to see yesterday what I think is happening nationally that we've talked about. That I'm going to say this: Democrats always outdo Republicans in the long-term plan. They always do. Okay. I think it's great to be a free thinker. Okay. I think it's great in the Republican Party to have groups that just say, we're not going to walk in step with everything you tell us. I don't disagree with that, but you got to realize what the trade-off there is. And let's be very clear. The trade-off for Republicans and independents and however we box ourselves in as Tea Party or the Republican National Assembly, you got to realize there's a price we're paying for that. Now you might say, well, I'm not going to run and get in lockstep with the rhinos just so I will be happy. No, it's not me. It's just when you get up and you see Virginia is blue this morning, and you get up and you have to come to terms and realize as Republicans, the fracture in the party, and don't get this wrong, gives the Democrats unity and opportunity to have a long-term gain. That's exactly right. They're unified, they work on something, they put their money towards one direction, and they go with it. Now, over there on the other side of the camera, do not yell at me. I'm not telling you that's good. I'm just saying they are headed in the direction they want to go. They are headed in the direction they want to take the country. And Republicans don't seem to be able to, we don't do real well. And all of us, we don't do real well at figuring out the direction we want to go. Now, we'll leave that alone because there's a couple things, because as long as the media has an opportunity, let's put up number 42. Okay. And we're going to do a couple of these and then we're going to get away from it. Okay. And we're going to put it in perspective. Okay. Don't get all worked up over Kentucky this morning and Matt Bevin. All right. I like Matt Bevin, but let's not get worked over it. Now, this is what you are seeing everywhere. Okay. Kentucky governor. You're seeing Andy Bashar, the Democrat, is the apparent winner. Okay. Used to be projected, but he's the apparent. Matt Bevin, okay. What separates them? 5,000 votes. That is the picture that is slammed on every network. every single network this morning, that picture there. And then they go from that picture. They absolutely love this picture. Let me find one here. I know we have one. Let's just go with number 56. They absolutely love this, okay? So they go to that picture. Then Democrats declare victory in Kentucky governor's race, okay? They love that. Trump's in Kentucky Monday night. So these are the pictures. You CNN, MSNBC. This is not what they are running this morning, okay? Because it doesn't help their narrative. They're corrupt, okay? We have seen, is it Project Veritas? Okay, we saw Project Veritas expose CNN. We just recently, yesterday, a blowout on ABC, which we're going to talk about at the end of the show today. So we know they kill stories, they squash big stories, they hide stories, all the above, same thing, right? And then they report and drive a narrative. We know that. So let me go back really quickly to number 42. Put that back up if you could, please. And if that's on the screen, because I can't watch it. Now let's go to 41. Pull up 41. No, 21. I'm sorry. Let's go to 21. This is not on the screen anywhere. Now, let's not get into and take our time that we have together. We only have 2 hours. And today I'm so excited. I'm going to be coming home to Georgia. Oh, it's hard to explain. I don't want to have that media jubilation with leaving here, but it's like I never can wait to get home. All right, so this being said, number 21, Andy Brashar, that's what I'm hearing pronounced, okay, neither here nor there, 49, Matt Bevin, but then the Libertarian. Now, Bevin is a 5,000, like around 5,000 gap on Brashear. But the Libertarian, John Hicks, has 28,475 votes. Now, where do you think the Libertarian votes would go for the most part? So there's obviously 5,000 votes that Bevin needs in John Hicks, the Libertarian candidate. Am I on here this morning saying the Libertarians cannot have a candidate? Am I on here saying it's wrong? No, I'm not. I do wish Libertarians would get enough money behind them if they want to be taken seriously and not just alter elections. Look, I'm going to tell you something, all right? Wake up. Smell the coffee, smell whatever you want to smell, okay? You smell it, it's there. There are, every day in elections, there is a third candidate that's there to disrupt, not win. So did John Hicks think during this campaign he could win, or did he think he would disrupt this election? Do you think he realized he could pull enough votes to disrupt this election with Andy Brashar? It's every single day. You have a candidate that's there to disrupt the election, not win. And I'm going to say myself, although, I'm not opposed to a Libertarian candidate, stop running if you're only there to disrupt an election and turn it a certain way because you're the ringer, okay? And trust me, these big elections, there's a ringer in every one, okay? So that is not being shown to you. And then I'm going to show you one more picture that they're not talking about. And then we're going to do you know this guy after the break? Okay. We're going to get into Kentucky. Number 31. Give me 31. Do you know that guy right there? Media is not talking about this guy here this morning. We're going to talk about, you're going to want to know who this guy is right after the break. You're going to want to know him. You're going to want to look a little deeper into Kentucky. All right. So this guy right here, when I say it's absolutely sick. Sometimes it's all I can come up with is it's absolutely sick. Okay. Let's see if I have this. Is this the guy I want? I don't know. No, this is not him. This is not him. Hold on. Hang on there, Baba Louie. I got it. I had it right here. And I wanted to look at this one because they're so excited about it this morning. There we go. You know this guy, you remember this guy here, number 46, Governor Ralph Northam, Democrat of Virginia. I almost put the video together, but I can't stomach him standing on stage and saying, do you like the color blue? This is the Governor Ralph Northam, blackface in college in his medical yearbook, blackface. This is the governor that wants to kill your child. He wants to give you. Now, this is my opinion. If I would, this is what he wants to do. It's not just my opinion because he went on a radio station and he said we would deliver the baby, we would make the baby comfortable, and then have a medical discussion with the mother. So he opens the door. This is called infanticides. He opens the door to pure murder. Now, I you know where I stand on abortion. Let's not go there. But he opens the door to delivered into this side of the world, into breathing on your own. We'll make a decision if we kill you now, Governor. He wants a window of opportunity to kill a newborn child. I didn't just make that up. It's out there on his radio interview. So this guy out here is screaming last night, hey, everything is done and over with. Nobody cares. I want to kill kids and I wore blackface. Do you like Virginia turning blue? We'll get into that in a minute. All right. So before we take a break, we're going to break down, and I got to go over this because I want to know if you go to 18, do you understand this right here? And the way I put that, you might not like it. Do you understand number 18, Fair Districts, PA? I'm going to talk about that and what a role it played in yesterday's election. And let's see what else I have. Do you know this guy here, number 5? First Black Attorney General in the state of Kentucky. Do you know him? And then let me see what I have here. I want to show you. Do you know why? I can get down to here. Do you know why? Where's he at? I thought I had him here. Yeah, we'll maybe look at it later. Do you know why Mitch McConnell stood on the stage with Donald Trump the other night? Go to 23. Do you know why Mitch McConnell stood on the stage with Donald Trump Monday night? Because of this fear right here. This lady puts this, I think she's a fighter pilot. She is a veteran. Number 29 puts the fear in this man, Amy McGrath. Yes, she's a fighter pilot, lieutenant colonel, retired. Puts the fear in McConnell. He's on the stage there with Trump, and we'll talk more about that later. So let's go to this. Let's go to local elections, and then I'm going to give you a little bit on personally what took place yesterday in the election I was involved with. Let's go to quickly number 24. Gilmer County held an election yesterday. It was election day there, and Post 1 Commissioner 2019 election results. Now, the Post 1 Commission spot was open because Dallas Miller resigned and left a balance on his term. All right, so this is only for 1 year. This is it for 1 year, and then got this post is back open. So Jason Biggs got 227, Al Cash got 249, Ed Stover 206, and Jerry Tuso 91. and Hubert Parker got 1,360 votes. That's pretty obvious why Hubert Parker got 1,360 votes. A very nice man. I know Mr. Parker, and I wish him well. We wish him well here at FetcherNews.com, and for being on the commission. So, but it's pretty obvious why Mr. Parker got 1,360 votes. Name recognition, he's very well known. He did not have to get out there and work for name recognition. He has been on the building authority, board of the building authority there in Gilmer County, Chamber of Commerce, you name it, Lions Club. I can't, the list is very long. So a lot of people know Mr. Parker, and we wish him very well. But I, for one, I got a message last night. I, for one, cannot run out and say he won by a landslide, because there'll be no runoff. I clipped this, and I didn't want to put the individual up. I don't want to put the individual up, but I do want to put this off of Facebook from an individual in Gilmer County posted last night, number 57. Number 57, the only thing that ticks me off is there is over 20,000 registered voters in Gilmer County, and only a little over 2,100 got off their rear ends to vote. People want to complain all the time about the problems, but will not spend a few minutes of the day to help fix it. And I like that. I didn't put the individual up, but I want to thank that individual because it said exactly what I wanted to say this morning. Hubert Parker is a very nice man. I think he will do well. I hope everybody goes in, wish them well. But to call it a landslide victory is not able to do that. So I think this is top 5, not to get in the forget Ellijay City Council. There you go. Number 25. Give me number 25. Barclay, 71 votes. Jerry Baxter, 64. Tom Crawford, 82. Jerry Davis, 54. Brett D4, 78. Al Fuller, incumbent, 110. Katie Lancey, incumbent, 81. Sandy Ott, and that's the big vote getter of the night last night in Ellijay City Council, 126 votes. Congratulations to Sandy Ott. Kevin Pritchett, 109, and Brad Simmons, 74. So I understand the top 5 vote getters is who will be on there, and that'd be Pritchett, Ott, Lancey, Fuller, and Crawford looks to be as the top 5 in that race. One more, and then we'll get a couple more, and then we'll get ready to take our break, and we're going to get into statewide. Nationally, what happened. McKaysville, number 26. Voters went, and the question was asked, are you in favor of Sunday alcohol sales? I guess pouring, okay, for restaurants. And McKaysville, that won by 3 votes. Looks to be voters ultimately decided to allow these sales, with a final tally of 90 are in favor of it, 87 were opposed. So 3 voters that were not, well, actually, it was a 4 vote for difference needed to be. Number 27, those alcohol sales on Sunday in McKaysville. Number 27, the mayor, as you can see, Thomas C. Bolt won re-election, 117 to 63. And number 28, McKaysville City Council. We'll just let you look at those results. Woody, 146. Carter, 131. Collis, 122. Kiker, 120. Beaver, 120. Stanley, 93. Tanner, 48. Turpin, 69. You would think with those kind of numbers on votes, well, we'll just leave it there. So I think the top 5 vote getters there, but that's McKaysville City Council. Now go to FetcherNews.com and go to Dawson and all the other counties for those results. You will find those there. You can pick the counties at the top at FetcherNews.com. Now, yesterday I had an opportunity, so let me close with this personal moment, okay? Yesterday, I got an opportunity to do two things: campaign for a candidate. As you well know, and endorse a candidate. I got an opportunity yesterday for the first time since Fetch Your News is open to actually publicly say I endorse a candidate, and two, ask people to vote for that candidate. And that would be number 17. Number 17 is a picture of my brother. Now, Lehigh Township, Pennsylvania, in Northampton County, Lehigh Township, Pennsylvania, in Northampton County is a township of about 10,000 people in Pennsylvania. It's outside of Philadelphia, probably an hour and a half. More of a conservative side of Northampton County. So if Trump wins, he has to win this county here. And, you know, my brother lost, and I can't go into a lot of detail because it would take some time to actually explain this election. Explain it, Lucy. He lost by 134 votes last night in this township. I think he lost 53 to 47%. 134 votes he lost by, and I know the reason. But this is my brother Jerry, and he's asking. He worked from 7 o'clock yesterday morning to 8 o'clock last night. He went to the busiest poll in the entire township, and there was not a voter that come in that he did not ask for their vote, shake their hand, and say, vote for me. I gave out cards all day yesterday. I don't have them. I should have one. I gave out cards all day yesterday, and I said at a polling place, I said, would you consider my brother for township supervisor? I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed the opportunity. I'm sorry that he came up 134 votes short. Yesterday, he was the Republican, the Democrat won. And just not to go into too much detail, I will later, okay? But he worked very hard, and I enjoyed all the people that said, yes, he can. He went door to door. And so I enjoyed that yesterday. But as I was there enjoying that in Pennsylvania, because it's across the nation, they actually had a meeting in Ellijay a couple years ago. Give me number 14. This sign, I looked at this sign all day long. You see that, number 14? Gerrymandering cuts votes out. Make your vote count. www.fairdistrictspa.com. Fair Districts PA. Okay. And I watched these two ladies all day long. I asked if I could take their picture, so I didn't break any laws here. Number 15. You see their pamphlets there. You see their petitions they have. Fair PA. And this was a big polling place just outside of Metro Philadelphia here, an hour and a half away. But I got one of these, okay? And I watched them give them out all day long. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what that has to do with Kentucky, what that has to do with Virginia, what that has to do with Georgia. I'm telling you. So we're going to come back, and we're going to talk about the hysteria. And I'm going to tell you who number... I guess I better go there one more time for a refresher and get to my number 31. Let's go to number 31, and we're going to talk about this guy briefly. I'm hoping I can get to the ABC Project Veritas videos on Epstein today, but there's 31. We're going to take a brief break, and we'll be back right after these messages. Take us to break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Just a little update between by the commercial breaks. I'm packing up so I can get on the road and be in Georgia this evening. Can't wait. So I told you I don't want to misunderstand that, because I like being here to help in any way I can. But on the other hand, great day when I get to come home. Let's stay here with this for a minute, because I want to stay focused. Last night, the hysteria, and let's go through the hysteria, if I have it right, and the joy they're having. Now, this is, and let's go with number one. Okay, let's stay with Kentucky for a minute, because they're enjoying embarrassing our president, anything they can. And I mean, and then you have on top of that, Sondland has altered his testimony. Let me say this, okay? They released, you know who the winner in all of this right now is Elizabeth Warren. Now, it'll come back. And let me say this in a way, because right now, the media should be the true journalists that they should be. They should be really drilling down into and running stories all day long of job loss and how it would cripple this country and what would happen overnight if her multi-trillion-dollar healthcare plan went into place, and how she pays for it, and how that rich person. Now, I'm going to tell you like this, okay? Bezos, is that his name? Amazon, I get it. But how we roll back, how we roll things back and put them back in a package, I don't know with some of these corporations. I don't. But if you think they're going to lose their value, their wealth, all the above because of Elizabeth Warren, they will let employees go. So not taking up for the big corporations, but look at the Home Depots, how many they employ nationwide. Look at the Lowe's. Look at the Walmart. Look at Amazon. Look at some of these and see how many people they employ that Elizabeth Warren does not care to crash tomorrow for her multi-trillion-dollar healthcare plan. So she is the winner in all this right now. To me, it's because the media is totally running cover for her, because she released how she would pay for that plan, only to have it covered by, depositions about impeachment, the impeachment inquiry vote, transcripts. Sondland has altered election night, his transcript. Let me just say this very quickly. They released Volcker, right? They released some transcripts. Where is the media screaming at the top of the station, climbing to the roof, screaming, hey, look at this clip. They always like to look at this clip. Or are they saving it for later? Look at this clip from the deposition for this individual and this individual. No. Now, I watched CNN and MSNBC this morning, and maybe it's happening right now while we talk, but not one word other than Sondland altered his. Still no quid pro quo, but they're going nuts. So it's a gleeful day for the corrupt. There you go. All right, so let's start with this. Number one, this is Andy Bashir. Is that his name? I don't know. We'll get to it in a minute. Well, actually, let me look. Bashir, right? Is that what he is? Andy Bashir. All right. Bashir. Let's not argue over it. So that is Andy. Okay. First of all, Andy has name recognition in Kentucky. So let's go there. It's not just a guy that decided to run for Democrat. Andy has all the connections with the deep pocket corrupt money that needs to come in. Okay. Has everything he needed. He had every single thing a person could need to run for governor. Name recognition on the ballot. Okay. Name recognition. He has the money. Let's go to So let's go to Matt Bevin. Okay. Now, if my understanding is correct, we'll get into it in a minute. Number two, there's Andy Bashar and Matt Bevin, current governor of Kentucky. All right. Run through this. One-term governor. There's a reason why. This is called Like It or Not. It's called The Truth. There's a reason why Governor Brian Kemp ran on giving teachers a pay raise. And now they want more. And Georgia's in a box, right? We watched the teachers strike out in Chicago, out in Illinois. Brian Kemp's in a box. He will continue to up your whatever. I'll just say it. He'll do whatever he has to do to get that money over in the teacher's salary, so he doesn't experience what Bevin does. Bevin handled something and took on something with teachers' pensions. We have to all across this nation. We have no choice. Okay. Bevin is considered a little bit of an asshole. Now I'm saying that because I'm going to show you the text. Okay. I didn't call him one, but look at what happened to Chris Christie. Now I don't like the portly fella from New Jersey, Chris Christie. Okay. I don't like portly Chris, but I could be a portly fella. Is that what it's called? So anyhow, I don't like him. But remember when Chris Christie took on the teachers' pensions? Woo, boom. Just saying. So Bevin took on, touched the third rail. My opinion is we're not going to do that in this country. We're not going to take on pensions that we have no money for. You don't have the money to pay these pensions any longer, and you can't do it. Can't do it. You can't do it. Not going to happen. Social Security benefits, Medicare, Medicaid, Medicare for all of these things are going to go down the crapper with this country because we can't pay it. It's going to collapse. And we are going to fight it, and we are going to want what we think we're entitled to. Don't get mad out there, but the end of the story is we're going to fight whoever we are and whatever group we're in for whatever we feel we're entitled to until the financial collapse of this country takes place, and it will. All right, so let's go to let's not go there yet. I don't want to go there yet. I see. Let me get another one. Going to save that for one exact story. So I'm trying to go through, and we're talking about the governor's race in Kentucky. Number 21, we talked about early on. You're not seeing this. We'll show you in a minute on any of the networks that the Libertarian, John Hicks, is number 21, has 28,475 of the 5,000 votes Bevin would need. It's just a total Republican collapse the other night, according to the media, and laughingstock is Donald Trump. We're going to go right through the pictures, Destiny, till I get where I want to be. Let's see where I want to be. I want to stay focused on Kentucky for right now. Let's go with 40, the gleeful moment this morning. Democrat Andy Bashar, apparent winner over Trump-backed Kentucky Governor Matt Bevin. What do you see there? Anything? Okay. Let's go with number 42. I showed you earlier. This is what you're seeing. The ABC, CBS, the deep state, corporate, corrupt media will not show you and do not want to show you the votes for the Libertarian. They want to show you there's a 5,000 vote difference. But as I showed you, 28,000 of those are over in the Libertarian candidate, which knew the day he started running, I think his name's Hicks, that he was going to be a disruptor. So we now have candidates that are out to win and candidates that knowingly are just nothing more than a disruptor. So that's that. Now, number 43. MSNBC this morning wanted to are attempting, Joe and Minka, to see if they can make President Trump look like a fool. And apparently they're running this farce of a poll that said Bevin was up 5 points over Brashear just 5 days. Okay. They didn't break this poll down. They didn't look at the sample, how it was done. Just they're trying to say that Bevin was up 5 points before Trump got to Kentucky, and Trump lost the election for him. They're loving that. They're loving that lie after lie. Most corrupt. Here is the group that's enjoying it most this morning, although it says Sondland testimony confirmed Ukraine quid pro quo. We used to say, I don't know if it's a different story, we stay with allegedly or whatever, but everything that has to do with the impeachment and everything that has to do with the depositions and what the media reports is in a confirmation of guilt. You notice that? So let's go to 44. Here's the group this morning trying to bring the president down. And the confirm. I mean, I know you understand what it means, but I'll tell you what, if you look the words up, I know we all know, not we all, but you know, most of us know the definition to a lot of these words. But if you just go look them up and read the definition one more time, confirm, okay? All right, so let's go to 45. 45, Andy Brashear, apparent winner. Okay, Trump back, Kentucky Governor Matt Bevin. So MSNBC is enjoying, and this guy is smiling from ear to ear out in Louisville. Is it Louisville? Louisville, Kentucky. He's out there in Kentucky and Louisville where it turns a little bluer, and Brashear got more votes. So they're gleefully going to Arias, okay? Just let's go through here. Number 49, they enjoy this morning at 6 a.m. on Morning Joe. Remember the T-shirts, read the transcript. Democrat unseats Kentucky Republican governor. Oh, and they loved it this morning. They were laughing, just clearly yucking it up. Joe and Minka in the crowd, the gang, on Trump being there Monday, and hey, you can't do this, it'll make me look bad. He's campaigning, folks. Number 51, big win. Number 51, CNN got in on it. We're going to go with that. Big wins for Dems in Kentucky and Virginia. And let's look at CNN also, number 53. We're going somewhere with this, folks. Democrat declares victory in Kentucky governor's race. Republican Governor Matt Bevin, thousands of votes behind Andy Brashear. You remember when we had to have some sort of just proof? You just had to tell us a little more. Number 54, CNN is going with an anonymous Kentucky Republican to CNN. Really? Democrat declares victory in Kentucky governor's race. Republican Matt Bevin, thousands behind. But here is a text said to somebody, we all found out that being an a-hole is slightly worse than being a liberal. Anonymous Kentucky Republican to CNN. Nobody has the nerve to say it, just say it, okay? Number 56, the joy that CNN, you're going to say, well, you just showed us this. Another shot at the joy that CNN has had with the president this morning. And I think that's all of them that I have. So let's go back to, let me see what I have here. Let's go back to number 31. Who is number 31? So number 31, I'll get it up here in just a second. See if I can get that. Hold on, there we go. His name would happen to be Steve. Steve. Oh, Steve, what's the big deal? Steve Brashear. Do you remember Steve Brashear? Do you know Steve Beshear that was beat by who? So let's see. Steve Beshear, governor of Kentucky, from 2007 to 2015, Democrat. He was succeeded by Matt Bevin. Okay. Steve Beshear lost. Bevin won to Bevin. He was again governor of Kentucky from 2007 to 15. Okay. He was also the lieutenant governor of Kentucky from December 13, 1983 to December 8, 1987. He was the Attorney General of Kentucky. This damn guy, Steve. Steve was the 44th Attorney General of Kentucky from December 1979 to 1983. And then before that, Steve, this damn Steve, Kentucky House of Representatives, he represented the 76th district in Kentucky. So this old boy was born in Dawson, Kentucky. He's a Democrat his whole entire life. Okay. He was born in 1944, so he grew up in Kentucky when Democrats were KKK and all that, but we'll leave that alone right now. He has 2 children, including who else? Andy Beshear. The guy that ran against Bevin is the guy that's getting revenge for his dad, Steve. I still hope we have 31 up there. And let me remind you, Steve Beshear and the name Beshear in it's like mansion in West Virginia, Beshear, 40 member of the Kentucky House of Representatives, 44th Attorney General of Kentucky, 49th Lieutenant Governor of Kentucky, and 61st Governor of Kentucky. And I am just stunned that the media forgot that. I am stunned that this morning across this nation that you are being told that Andy Beshear has won by 5,000 votes over Bevin, okay? And you're being told that he won based on Kentucky maybe turning blue. You want to tell us that he won based on Trump coming there Monday, all right? You want to tell us that he won based on the impeachment inquiry had some sort of effect on the voters of Kentucky. When there's not a single, and I want to be clear with you, there's not a single narrative from CBS, ABC, NBC, CNN, Washington Post, Washington Times, New York Times, CNN, MSNBC, there's not a single narrative they have this morning that is accurate with Kentucky. Now, Matt Bevin, okay, let me see. Let me find, I'm pretty sure I have a picture of him. Well, you got 31, Steve. So leave 31 up there, okay? So let's be clear, 31, I think that's Steve Bevin. All right. Household name in Kentucky. Andy spent 0 time getting name recognition. He spent minimal time raising money. Okay. His workforce in campaigns, trust me, you have to have them on the lowest and highest levels. His network was built for him and in place. The Beshears have had a Democrat political network all the way back from the time that Steve, number 31, his dad, was a member of the House of Representatives, not State House of Representatives in Kentucky. All right. So number 31 happens to be the father of this guy here, number 1, Andy Bashar, okay, which hit the ground running with the political machine, the George Soros, the teachers union money, anything and everything that can pour into Kentucky. This guy had a network ready to go against Bevin. All right. Truth be said. Now, Bevin, did he have negatives? Yes. I don't want to go into his negatives as deep this morning and whether I like him or not. I just want to make sure that the American people know that Trump being there Monday, all right, and Trump and the impeachment inquiry have that much to do, zero to do with Andy Bashar winning, potentially being the winner in Kentucky for Democrat governor against Matt Bevin. Now leave number 2 up there for a minute and let's go here just really quick. And let's go to Matt Bevin. Matt Bevin, 62nd governor, okay? He took office December 8th, 2015. He preceded Steve Bashar. He's possibly, they're already calling him elect. He preceded Steve Bashar. He is succeeded, looks to be, by Andy Bashar. Political party, Republican, resident governor's mansion. I'm not seeing, unless they're putting it here, early life, marriage, family. I'm not seeing his business career. Let's see, political campaigns. Bevin said that in 2011, Mitch McConnell recruited him to challenge incumbent Democrat John Yarmouth to represent Kentucky's 3rd congressional district in 2012. All right. Senate campaign 2014. Did he challenge Bevin's Tea Party support? Doesn't look like Matt Bevin had the political machine behind him. Doesn't look like Matt Bevin had the money pouring in behind him and the network ready to go like Bashar. Doesn't look like Matt Bevin got the major support from Republican governors all across this country, and the Republican Governor Association re-election committee or whatever they are, they have one, poured in here to see how much they can help Matt Bevin. So let's not forget these things. I want to put Kentucky in a perspective. Okay, Steve Bashar, let's see which ones I had here. I got to make sure. Okay, now, Matt Bevin, Steve Bashar. Now, Ernie Fletcher was a Republican before Steve Bashar from December of 2003 to 2007. And then before that, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There were 7 Democrat, governors, and Kentucky going back to 1967 is when Louis Nunn, Republican, became governor. So not a big deal that a Democrat wins in Kentucky. Not a big deal. But it's bigger for you to look and see and understand, and I say it that way, that what the media is reporting, the hysteria that they're reporting this morning, and the joy and jubilation over Andy Bashar, you need to understand that is like when in Pennsylvania, Bob Casey Jr. got his first election off his dad. This is a revenge move for Bashar. They had the money, they had the teachers behind them, they had all of the corrupt money of the Democrats behind them. Their machine was ready to go. There you go, up against Bevin. Bevin, I'm not going to go into whether he's a hole or not. I don't know. Okay. But you did not hear too much about this one and people rushing in to campaign for Bevin. And President Trump tried to pull him out at the last minute. And Joe Scarborough, you're nothing but a big liar, a no good, lousy liar to your audience and the American people to make it look like that Donald Trump went in and lost the race for Steve Bevin when he tried to save his hide up against a political Democrat family political machine in Kentucky. Let's take a break, come back a little more Kentucky, a little Virginia, and then see how we're going to round out this show. I'm going to tell you why. I want to leave Virginia for now for a reason, because I'm going to tell you Virginia and all the jubilation there, okay, in Virginia is just this. It's a part of something that's taken place nationally that you have to pay attention to, that we've watched. We have talked about on the show over and over and over. And every election day, I bring it back up and hope you will do the research and get involved somewhere. Okay? I'm your host, BKP. Take a break.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Sorry about that, folks. I forgot to shut all the doors here to make sure that my voice doesn't travel down the hall. Let's show everybody how they can contact the show. I'm your host, BKP. We are North Georgia's only live online morning show. Can't wait to get home this evening. Tonight is the Rebel Wrap-Up Senior Night. That has been amazing. I've just really enjoyed last night. You go to Team FYN Sports and check out the Pickens Dragons Senior Night. Now, the media is painting. They want you to hear, and I don't have a lot of time. I only have an hour. The media wants you to hear and accept that this is a referendum on the president in Kentucky and in Virginia. And they want to let you know this is what the presidential election will look like. And they are pushing this narrative to try to, and Republicans are going to fall for it, some of them, okay? They are pushing asking the question, will this mean what happened in Kentucky? Does this mean in the future elections that these candidates are going to want Trump to come campaign for them, or these candidates are going to walk away from the president being on stage with the president? I mean, what is it going to be? And they're really trying to push that to scare Republicans away from him for campaigning, scare Republicans into thinking they're going to lose their district, scare Republicans to the point that they're trying to paint. Now, we just told you very clearly, we can't put it any clearer than we just did. The Brashar, if I have that right, Scheer, whatever they are, name in Kentucky, the political machine and what took place with Steve and Andy and all of the Democrats there, okay? And where, they can say Steve Bevin, a Trump-like candidate, he did not get that support nationwide, okay? A lot of people ran away from Steve or Governor Bevin. Anyhow, they will not paint that. What they're painting for you this morning is that this is the effect. They want Virginia. They love it in Kentucky now. What they love in Kentucky is the president had a 30-point swing. Okay. Now you're talking about voters in Kentucky that have pulled the lever for the Bashar name their whole life. Okay. But they're saying Kentucky, where President Trump won by 30 points, Virginia, where he thought he was going to turn it red after Ralph, the governor of Northam, announced he would kill babies free of charge after they're born on the radio. Maybe he didn't say he would do it free of charge. I got to be careful. One of these days, they're going to pick this show up. And next thing you know, all of that, if we round it up together, does not equal the narrative they're trying to push that this is the impeachment inquiry is what hurts the president, which in turn should get these senators on board, Republican senators, and rethink of voting to remove him. So let's go to this very quickly so we can get to Virginia. Number three, Republican Party of Kentucky. Congratulations to Daniel Cameron, Attorney General, on his elections as Kentucky Attorney General. Boom, we are proud that Kentuckians chose Daniel Cameron to be our first Republican Attorney General since 1948. First Republican Attorney General. See, I'm telling you, since 1948, and first African American to hold the office in history. Just not making it to the news. Let's go to the second one, number 4. He happened to be at the Trump rally. Daniel did, the new Attorney General of Kentucky. Grateful for the overwhelming support at tonight's real Donald Trump rally. So much energy supporting our president and our Republican ticket. So since 1940 something, first Republican Attorney General, and first African American Attorney General in the history of the state, Republican in the history of the state. And he was at the rally. Didn't hurt him, Joe. This is Daniel, number 5. Seems to be a nice young man. Kentucky. Nothing big happened last night, folks. Don't get concerned. All right. Now, the only reason they're going to start working now to try to get candidates not to get on the stage with Trump. I got to leave with a couple things on Kentucky. I got to get to Virginia. It's 9:08. Let's go with 21. Again, the narrative around all of the deep state media. They're not putting in John Hicks, 28,475 votes into that. He is the disruptor. Number 22, Rand Paul, way to go, Senator from Kentucky, saying we must expose the whistleblower. You must. Media, you know who he is. You must expose it, okay? And then the whistleblower's attorney comes out and says, well, if he gets hurt, it's on you. So Rand Paul put it out there the other night. And let's go to number 23. Number 23 is Mitch McConnell on stage with Donald Trump in Kentucky, because Mitch McConnell knows what Andy Bashar and his family is like as far as a political machine. Mitch McConnell, not giving him any props, understood what Bevin was up against, but he knows this guy's biggest fear, because don't forget, I do think, and I didn't put the person up there, give me number 29, Amy McGrath, okay, Lieutenant Colonel retired in Kentucky. I'm telling you, Combs, was her name Combs or whatever? The lady that ran, Secretary of State of Kentucky, whoever she ran against Mitch McConnell last time. I'm here to tell you, I think she would have beat Mitch McConnell. I really do. I think she would have, except for somebody had the nerve to ask her, did you vote for Barack Obama in Kentucky? And she answered yes. And that ended her campaign. She immediately nosedived, no pun intended, with the lieutenant colonel here, but she immediately took a nosedive in the poll. And I think that one question alone is why Mitch McConnell survived in Kentucky. Amy McGrath is the biggest fear that Mitch has Okay, let's go to number 30 since we're still in Kentucky. Mitch has right there in Kentucky. Look at him shaking in his boots, quivering. Oh, that's me saying that. The media may investigate that today and say they can find no proof of Mitch whimpering like a dog. But this is who he's in fear of. And he knows Trump. He's in fear of his political life. Now, I'm going to say the nicest thing I can say about Mitch McConnell right now. Do we have to have him back? No. But if Mitch, what are we up to, 157 judges? If Mitch will come back in a President Trump second term and really push the judges, I guess we got to get him back. All right, I said it, it's over with. All right, so now let's go to Virginia. Let's go to number 33. Virginia Democrats take control of the state legislature for the first time in over 2 decades. I think they had a one vote majority. Virginia did on the red side. It wasn't a major switch. Okay, Republicans did not have a big majority. I think the majority came when they did a fishbowl thing. Remember? I think it was tied in the House of Commons there, whatever they call it there. It's a Commonwealth, Virginia. But I think the balance of power was tied, and they end up having to do the fishbowl thing and pull a name out of the hat. This is true. And that's how the balance of power. Media will not tell you that. They want you to believe that there was a massive jubilation. There was a massive vote last night in Virginia. There was a big signal to the President of the United States. Virginia is not red. Virginia is for lovers and Democrats, and that's it. And Northam got up there, number 33, and loved saying, for the first time in 2 decades, do you love what blue looks like? Number 34, Virginia Democrats take control of state legislature for the first time in over 2 decades. Now, why is this important? Because I'm going to show you in a minute. Number 35, election results 2019. Democrats take Wall Street Journal. Okay. Not going to get to everything this morning. Let me see if I have anything else on Virginia before we get into that. Hold on. There's number 46, Ralph Northam. Okay. Number 48, MSNBC, the Washington Post, Democrats flip both Virginia chambers. Democrats flip Virginia State House. Let's stay right there. Victory, State House. Okay, let's go there. Now, I want to talk about something, and I'm not changing subjects because it goes right into Virginia and what happened in Virginia, and it's happening everywhere. So let's just go with number 48, Democrats flip both Virginia chambers. Now, you got that? Flip Virginia State House. Now, you need to understand Barack Obama, Eric Holder, when you put in a mix, okay? Now, one Coke is dead, so there's no plural anymore, right? It's just Coke. Have a Coke and a smile, all right? Because it's not Koch brothers anymore, okay? Right? So the evil for the Democrats were always the Koch brothers. But Republicans have to keep in mind on the lower level is you still have Barack, Eric Holder, Michael Bloomberg, Tom Steyer, okay, George Soros. The list goes on of the corrupt billionaires that are trying to manipulate and change this country as you and I know it, okay? So Democrats flip both Virginia chambers. Now, let's go to, and we're going to switch states for a minute, but I'm going to explain to you why. Let's go to number 18. Number 18 is Fair Districts, PA. See it there? You see the website? Okay. Now, yesterday at a poll here in Pennsylvania, I asked if I could take pictures. So there were signs like this everywhere you went yesterday. Number 14. Gerrymandering cuts voters out. Make your vote count. Fair Districts PA. Just, yeah, I mean, how can this sound wrong? All right. Now, I'm going to say my assumption, because they would not answer the question, but my assumption, well, one, I know they get paid. All right. I know they get paid. So let's go to number 15. These two ladies, as you can see, fair PA, and I have one of them here. Now, there's something on here. Let's end gerrymandering. Pennsylvania voters should choose their politicians, not the other way around. Who does it and why? It's negative impact. And it sounds good. And I love this. They promote it as nonpartisan. This is a nonpartisan, independent citizens, a permanent nonpartisan solution to gerrymandering. We want an independent citizens redistricting commission with strict rules and fairness and transparency. Okay. First of all, I find something that is nonpartisan today. Okay. So there's something missing off this. It sounds great. Now, this is the picture, number 15, of these two ladies, okay? And then let's go to number 16, all right? She has her clipboard, number 16. And everybody that came out the door, now and I don't know about other states, but they're not supposed to ask for you to sign any petitions or give you any literature going in to vote. But they can talk to you coming out. Everyone that came out, they had the clipboard ready, their piece of paper, which I have in my hand. And they say, can we talk to you about your vote today as far as gerrymandering and what it's taking over? They made it sound, they had it down pat. It had no partisan tone, okay? It sounded like the right thing to do, all right? Right thing to do, sounded like it. Sounded like it was an affiliation all by itself, just a group of people wanting to make sure our votes are counted. All right, now I'm in Pennsylvania, but don't you think for 1 minute, all right? And they get paid. They didn't want to talk about it. They get paid so much to be there, plus so much for each signature on the petition. So there you go. Now, let me show you something. It's not on the page, okay? Let me go here and find it. Hold on, I had it here just a minute ago because it is not on the page. I'm going to find it here. It won't be hard. Hold on, everybody take a deep breath. I know it's here somewhere. All right, let's go to number 20. Number 20. See in the top corner? Because it's not on the paper when you come out. It's not on the paper. If you take this paper home and you go to their website, you're not going to find this anywhere. Because here's the problem is I had people coming out and I watched them all day and they were going into polls with their Trump hats and they're Trump supporters. And I would say to everybody that come in a poll with a Trump hat, Trump button or whatever, say, I like your hat. Thanks a lot. The president, sure do. Okay. In and out. But Trump supporters are coming out. These ladies are saying, would you like for your vote to count in a fair way? They're looking at it and saying, sounds right to me. I think it's, and I'm watching Trump hat people sign their petition all day long. Nothing on the paper. Look at that top left, Common Cause Pennsylvania. Who is that? We'll show you in a minute. Common Cause Pennsylvania. Fair Districts PA. Coalition, right? There it is. You don't find it nowhere. Common Cause. Go look up Common Cause Georgia. Go look up Common Cause Virginia. Go look at that star up there. Doesn't that have that Barack Obama look? I don't know, just saying, right? Who is Common Cause, number 19? Do your research. Number 19, Common Cause. Who is that? Well, let's see if I can find me one more here. Common Cause, Common Cause. I have to have it here. I had it here this morning. Where's it at? Number 32. Go from Common Cause to 32. Open Society Foundations. Okay, interesting. And who is that? It's none other than number 13. George Soros. Folks, I have told you for years. Now, I have for years. So those that watch the show, you know it's been years. I told you Common Cause, okay? I told you redistricting. Democrats have the long game. They're ready, okay? Republicans never counter with a long game. We just don't. Now, I understand we have different opinions. We have different ways of looking at things. We have different views on what the government should be involved in our life or not involved in our life at all. I got it. But no, not these Democrats. And they hide it. And they go to classes and they go to seminars. Those ladies were taught yesterday to make this sound. If I would have said Common Cause, they'd have walked away. I did. I talked to them all day in a way that kept them talking to me. George Soros, redistricting, Virginia. Let me give you one more, okay? Because I'm telling you, everything the media is telling you about. Number 10. Who told you about this years ago? NDRC, National Democratic Redistricting Committee, right? Number 11. Who told you about this years ago? Common Cause. It's right in your state of Georgia. So let me start closing some things here. We're putting things in perspective. Jubilation. Let me close that. Hysteria. Let me close that. I'm getting to where I want to be here, so slow down. Okay, Amy McGrath. We know that is who Mitch McConnell's in fear of. We're out of Kentucky for right now. Who is the Trump won by 30 points, blue, red counties, Andy Bashar, son of former Governor Jubilation, Gordon Saunders, and now this, right? So, okay, we did that. And next one, slow down here. I'm almost getting to it. We did that. Okay, now leave that on the screen. We got that Common Cause. Okay, we did that. See, Common Cause. Common Cause, we move our democracy forward, okay? And a network of 30 states, nationwide 1.12 million members of support, shifted power, hundreds of reforms have been won. They're going to change your state. I told you that. They're going to change your state. They want your state, right? And they're doing it in Virginia, okay? That's what the takeaway has to be, all right? Yes, Burchard raised $10.7 million in 3 months. Yes, he did. Teachers unions. All right, election results. Let me get out of there. Let me get a Steve Burchard. Hold on, I'm getting where I want to be. Okay, this is in St. Louis. Democrat National Redistricting Committee. Democrat National Redistricting Committee. The NDRC, a political system is broken. The fight to fix it is now. Folks, they've hired lawyers. They have everything masked over. What's on your screen now is Eric Holder and Barack Hussein Obama. Absolutely, whether you want to believe it or not. Okay. And let's see what else I have here. Hold on. Teachers preparing for their biggest election test in Bevan Burchard gubernatorial race. We had that. Okay. More on Kentucky. So we're going to take a break. I just wanted to show you a couple things that you got to pay attention. You can't You can't look at the elections this morning and not realize who this is. Number 13, George Soros. Look at number 18, Fair PA. Georgia has it. Virginia has it. Number 19, they're a part of Common Cause, which is George Soros, number 19. Okay. Number 10, the NDRC. All right. And number 11, the NDRC, Barack Obama and Eric Holder. Can't forget that this little corrupt guy on guns, all these little organizations they have. Number 12, okay, Michael Bloomberg. Every town for government safety, moms demand action, students demand action. All right. All sounds good, folks. And I watched the Trump hats come out and sign the petition. Folks, number 16, although it's in Pennsylvania, it's in Georgia also. I went to a seminar. Number 16. Number 14. Do your research. It's not Donald J. Trump. This is why. This is why Virginia is looking the way it looks. This is what's happening. They know they got to take back state houses. They know they've got to put people in districts to run and try to win districts and states, and then win the governor's mansion. And when they do that, they can redraw the lines. Look at the governor of Pennsylvania here. I forget his name. Okay. Look at the Supreme Court in Pennsylvania and look at what happened to the Supreme Court of the United States, how they changed the districts in PA, and you lost Republican representatives in this state. What did they know they had to do? They had to take back the governor's mansion. It's all a big plot that they have. It's got nothing to do with the impeachment inquiry, and we fall for it. We come out and we sign the petitions. I'm your host, BKP. We got exactly 30 minutes. I got to get into a little bit of Epstein, ABC, and some more Sondland. Let's talk Sondland when we get back. I'm your host, BKP. We'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
All right, folks, we got to wrap things up here. It's Wednesday, November 6th, the day after Election Day. Now, we've talked about the reality of the results and put some things in perspective from election night last night. There's the phone number. I'd like to know if you agree or disagree. You're more than welcome to text me or call me. We've put it in perspective. We've explained Kentucky. And I mean, it's absolutely after what took place, okay, with ABC. All right. Now, Virginia. I forget sometimes, folks, that actually I can't do like I'm doing in the office, in the studio. Sometimes I close tabs, and if I close the camera, it's gone. So that's what happened. Destiny, thank you. I got a message, camera froze. So let me go back. Again, I was telling you, Destiny, I don't know what video I sent you. And let me see which one I want. Okay, let's go with this. Let's see which one I have. It's 7 minutes long. It is Project Veritas, and like I said, I think it should be every opportunity we have to play it. So go ahead and let's go with leaked ABC News insider recorded exposes. We know from other reporters that have left that these networks, what they are doing. So let's go with that one. It's 7 minutes. We're going to roll it, and we're not done for the day, folks. Let's play it.
I've had the story for 3 years. I've had this interview with Virginia Roberts. We would not put it on the air. First of all, I was told, who's Jeffrey Epstein? No one knows who that is. This is a stupid story. Then the palace found out that we had her whole allegations about Prince Andrew and threatened us a million different ways. We were so afraid we wouldn't be able to interview Kate and Will that also quashed the story. And then Alan Dershowitz was also implicated in it because of the planes. She told me everything. She had pictures. She had everything. She was in hiding for 12 years. We convinced her to come out. We convinced her to talk to us. It was unbelievable what we had. Clinton, we had everything. I tried for 3 years to get it on, to no avail, and now it's all coming out, and it's like these new revelations, and I freaking had all of it. I'm so pissed right now. Like every day I get more and more pissed because I'm just like, oh my God, what we had was unreal. Other women backing it up. Hey, yep. Brad Edwards, the attorney, 3 years ago, saying there will come a day when we will realize Jeffrey Epstein was the most prolific pedophile this country has ever known. And I had it all 3 years ago.
Would you raise your right hand, please?
Yes.
Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I did.
First of all, I was told, who's Jeffrey Epstein? No one knows who that is. It was unbelievable what we had. Clinton, we had everything. Then the palace found out that we had her whole allegations about Prince Andrew and threatened us a million different ways. I've had the story for 3 years. I've had this interview with Virginia Roberts. We would not put it on the air.
That's tape leaked to us by our latest network insider. This brave insider works at ABC News. ABC News anchorwoman Amy Robach is talking to her producer on a hot mic. She says she had the Jeffrey Epstein story 3 years ago, and her bosses at ABC News spiked it.
And then Alan Dershowitz was also implicated in it because of the planes. She told me everything. She had pictures. She had everything. She was in hiding for 12 years. We convinced her to come out. We convinced her to talk to us. It was unbelievable what we had. Clinton. We had everything. I tried for 3 years to get it on, to no avail, and now it's all coming out, and it's like these new revelations, and I freaking had all of it. I'm so pissed right now. Like, every day I get more and more pissed because I'm just like, oh my God, what we had was unreal.
Our insider told us this tape was recorded earlier this year in late August, a day or so after this NPR report came out sharply criticizing ABC News for not broadcasting the Robach-Giuffre interview years ago.
ABC has episodically covered the scandal, yet the interview was never broadcast, and Giuffre says she was never told why.
Other women backing it up. Hey, yep. Brad Edwards, the attorney, 3 years ago saying, there will come a day when we will realize Jeffrey Epstein was the most prolific pedophile this country has ever known. And I had it all 3 years ago.
But the creepy thing is that we would make access to all of these high-profile people.
Well, then I got a little concerned about why I couldn't get on.
On the leaked insider tape, Amy Robach says she had the Jeffrey Epstein story 3 years prior, but her exclusive interview was shelved. Robach says in the leaked tape there was a lot of pressure from Buckingham Palace. According to NPR, the famed lawyer Alan Dershowitz also pressured the network to kill the story.
Shortly before the interview was due to air, Harvard Emeritus Law Professor Alan Dershowitz called the network. He was also one of Epstein's lead defense attorneys.
We wonder if the story was killed to protect the rich and powerful. It seems few were worried about protecting the women who may have been Jeffrey Epstein's victims. Remember, Epstein was still a free man 3 years ago. And just to be clear, the interview has still not aired. What is ABC News waiting for, or who are they still protecting?
She told me everything. She had pictures. She had everything. She was in hiding for 12 years. We convinced her to come out. We convinced her to talk to us. It was unbelievable what we had. Clinton. We had everything.
Robach also has no doubt about what happened to Epstein when he finally was arrested and jailed.
So do I think he was killed? 100%. Yes, I do. Because he made his whole living blackmailing people. Yeah. There were a lot of men in those planes, a lot of men who visited that island, a lot of powerful men who came into that apartment.
I mean, when I heard he was found dead, Mr. Giselle selling his money.
I knew immediately. And they made it seem as though he made that suicide attempt 2 weeks earlier, but his lawyers claimed that he was roughed up by his cellmate around the neck. That was all like to plant the seed, and then that's why I really believe it, like really believe it.
The last of the leaked tape has Robach talking about alleged Epstein conspirator Ghislaine Maxwell and how she should be very careful.
He's got to have left evidence like in the unexplained.
Well, Ghislaine Maxwell, who I had all sorts of stuff on her too. I love it. I'm like, it's so funny to hear everyone say her name now because I'm like, oh my God, like I had all that, and everyone was like, who's that? Who cares? I kept getting that. Who cares? She knows everything. She knows. She should be careful. Well, she was his, she went out and recruited all of these girls.
Stand by.
She should watch her back. Because if she goes, I mean, I'd have like security guards all around me.
The brave insider who leaked this tape to us does not know who at ABC News spiked the story, but someone at ABC does. Our question: who killed the Epstein story at ABC News and why? Help us find out. James Goldston is the president of ABC News. What did he know? And when did he know it? Here's the landline number for ABC News President Goldston and his Twitter account. If you're an insider at ABC News or any other major media outlet or big tech company and you have seen corruption or bias, contact us at projectveritas.com/brave.
Be a catalyst for change. Be brave. Do something.
Okay, we're back, folks. Interesting. She had the story for years. Palace threatened her. Too many things to break down here. 100%. Do you think Jeffrey Epstein was murdered? 100%. Who cares? She kept getting who cares? Who cares who this other person is as she's recruiting underage girls for these slimy Bill Clinton types. So let's go to that other, I just want to do this just for a second because I know we got to get close to wrapping up here. Let's go to the other video that I sent you that I said I want to start 30 seconds in. Go there, start 30 seconds in, and then come back to me when I tell you.
Thanks for being here.
Hey, good morning.
Morning.
When did you realize that the Epstein family needed help?
Well, I was asked by the brother, the next of kin, to be at the autopsy. And at the autopsy on day one, there were findings that were unusual for suicidal hanging and more consistent with ligature homicidal strangulation, which included...
And it was suggested at the time that he committed suicide by doing what?
By hanging. At the time he was found allegedly hanging by a homemade ligature of sheets.
Are you saying you don't think it was suicide?
I think that the evidence points toward homicide rather than suicide.
Why?
Because there are multiple 3 fractures in the hyoid bone, the thyroid cartilage, that are very unusual for suicide and more indicative of strangulation, homicidal strangulation.
Let's take a look at what the medical examiner stated. After careful review of all the investigative information, including complete autopsy findings, the determination on the death of Epstein is below. Cause, hanging, manner, suicide. You say that his fatal injuries are consistent with homicide?
More consistent with homicide. And in fact, at the time of the autopsy, the doctor doing the autopsy didn't think there was enough information to say suicide, so she put it pending further study. And then for some reason, and they want to know, the family wants to know, why was it changed from pending further study to homicide afterwards?
So if you're there watching them perform this autopsy, you notice these 3 broken bones, and you believe it would be homicide. So that would mean another person would have gone into his cell, strangled him. Did he have any signs of trying to fight back?
Well, they took fingernail clippings to see if there's anybody else's DNA on it, and that hasn't been released. Neither has the information about whose DNA is on the ligature. A ligature was made out of torn strips of orange sheets, and whoever made it had to have a lot of DNA on it, and the brother's been asking that from day one.
So wait a second. So you're saying that whoever made it has to have a lot of DNA?
All right, we don't have enough time. Dr. Baden has a lot of questions. I have a lot of questions. Dr. Baden, as Robach said, ABC, Dr. Baden said, homicide, right? How can you, and I'm going to ask you, I want you to, I always say to you out there, you guys go do this, get it down pat, and then look at people and say, how can you actually watch a news story? They make up ISIS, we pulled out of Syria. So ABC was it ABC and went and made up some footage from a Kentucky base or somewhere and called it ISIS footage? How can you could get these things together and ask all of your friends, anytime you're at your next little party and you're tipping back your wine, as you like to do, say, how can you look at one story they do, any of them, and say it's accurate, okay? So let me just say here, here's number 7. The Prince Andrew, number 7, and his young girl there. And there he is, number 8, a little later in life with Epstein, number 8, and the palace. And they released a statement saying they had no idea that Epstein had that kind of behavior. We know Epstein and this guy, Clinton, very close friends. Robach said we had them. We had the Clintons. Interesting. Had the Clintons. Number 9, is this her name? Giselle. And there is the madam that would recruit the girls and set them up, number 9. And it's just totally disgusting what has taken place. I just had to run that story for one reason and one reason only. Please, please, please stop believing anything the media says. Instead of taking a break, I'm going to run through my pictures really quick and do, first of all, number 55, Mississippi Governor Tate Reeves, 52% over 46%. And the governor there, new governor in Mississippi. So let me see. I don't want to go that way. Let's see. What do I have here? I had 1, 2. We've put that up, that up, that up, that, and the results there. Let's show again Mitch McConnell's biggest fear in life. Number 30, Lieutenant Colonel Amy McGrath there in Kentucky. That may kick McConnell's ass. Let's run with this. All right, first of all, they have released transcripts. Okay? So if they've released the transcripts from behind closed doors and they had an amazing blockbuster to bring you, they've already done it, unless they're using it as a time release capsule. But number 36, new sworn declarations of Ambassador Gordon Sondland. I always believed that surrendering aid to Ukraine was ill-advised, although I did not know and still do not know when, why, or by whom the aid was suspended. I presume that the aid suspension had become linked, he presumed, to the proposed anti-corruption statement. He presumed. Now, I can show you the one where they said it was actually evidence, facts, leading to a quid pro. None. Okay. The guilt has been established totally here by all the media. Number 37, Sondland changes testimony, acknowledges delivering quid pro quo measures to Ukraine. I don't think so. Number 39, Colt Volcker, Texas, reveal language intended for anti-corruption statement to be read by Zelensky. Language. Number 41, the 2 evil gatekeepers of hell, Minka and Joe. Sondland changes testimony to confirm. Remember, that's what I was looking for. Confirm Ukraine quid pro quo. No, the guilt, the establishment of guilt. Okay. I tell you what, I've got to catch a plane. Number 47, Trump impeachment inquiry. I've got to catch a plane, meaning I've got to get off here and pack. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go for the day. I will be back in studio tomorrow morning. I will be in our studio in LJ tomorrow morning. Can't wait to get there. Can't wait to get home this afternoon. And again, thank you very much for joining us. I'm your host, BKP. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. right here on FYNTV.com. Take us out of here.